This episode of the Wayang Crew podcast is brought to you by Times Cineplex. Hey guys, it's Kev.
Yo, this is Del.
What's up? This is Naz.
And we are the Wayang Crew.
Oh yeah.
Yo, what's up? Welcome back, everyone, to yet another episode of the Wayang Crew podcast. It's me, Kev, once again, speaking to you over this mic on this show, where we talk about all things movies, especially movies that are playing here in Brunei Darussalam. This week, we're giving you our review of Wreck-It Ralph 2, also known as Raplh Breaks The Internet. But first off, it's my co-host, it's Del.
Hello.
What's up?
I just got back from Manila.
Yeah, and how was that?
Did you buy Manila cards?
Mabuhay.
I did not buy Manila cards, but I saw Manila cards.
There were lots of them, right? Because that's where they all come from.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Once you touch down at the airport, they already have a Manila card to welcome you. It says welcome.
To Manila.
So you're one of those guys. You have your name on the card.
No, everyone has, because that's where all the Manila cards are from.
Nice.
And they make full use of it.
So we are going with this. Okay. Next up is the other co-host of the podcast. It's Tibby.
Hey.
Yo, you just woke up.
Yes. It was such a nice weather to nap.
He walked into this room and he said, I'm going to take a nap. I'm like a 10-minute nap? He's like, yeah. So I went outside for like 2 minutes and I came back. He was sleeping. And he only woke up when Del got here.
So envious. I can never do that.
Yeah, I couldn't do that either. All right, up next, it's the final co-host for this week. It's Naz.
Hello.
What is up?
Wow. I really want to say the ceiling, but
Lame.
yeah. I got back
90s
from a
one,
wedding.
yeah, joke back.
Yeah, I got back from a wedding.
Oh, you just came back from a wedding.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was very eventful.
It was a wedding.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if this is your first time listening to a podcast, this is a podcast where we talk about all things movies. And first up, it's the news this week on the Wayang Crew podcast. Did you guys check out the trailer for Once Upon a Deadpool?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is the PG-13 version of what I still think is a combination of
The first and
Deadpool 1 and Deadpool 2, and they've just taken out everything that's gory and R-rated, and then here we have a PG-13 Deadpool movie with some additional scenes.
Deadpool 1?
I didn't watch
Like,
it.
yeah, maybe
The
an
first
origin
movie.
for it. I'm not sure about this.
I don't think so. I think it's Deadpool 2, and then with extra scenes.
Okay.
Oh.
The new scenes I thought was really funny. I really enjoyed Deadpool's humor. So I'm looking forward to watching it again, PG-13 style.
I don't know.
PG-13ified.
I didn't watch it because I know I would not watch it because PG-13.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like for kids.
PG-13.
Yeah.
like, you-
Plus, I know the story by now.
For kids, he says.
For
What do you
kids.
mean? We were once kids. We just walked out of a PG-13 movie.
Yeah.
It was
I was gonna
supposed
say
to be a
that.
PG-13.
That wasn't even. I think this was like a G general movie.
This is like Deadpool's not supposed to be.
Well,
one. That's why I
but
don't want to.
This is all up to interpretation.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Disney can do whatever they want.
Yeah. Not
That's
this
what-
one. Not
that's
the
what
But
they
this
did
is
with
Sony,
Wreck-It
not Disney yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Is it Sony or Fox?
Sorry,
It's
Fox.
20th Century Fox. What did you think of the Once Upon a Deadpool trailer?
I think it was cute. Okay.
Wait, cute like Pikachu cute or just cute
like Deadpool Pikachu cute.
I recently just watched The Princess Bride for the first time, and that kid has grown up in this Deadpool.
Yes, that's what kids do. All right, up next, did you guys also check out the trailer that dropped this week? It's the trailer for the live-action remake of The Lion King.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I like this.
I was almost tear jerking.
There was a YouTube video and they did a back-to-back, like frame-to-frame kind of thing with scenes from the original
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the hand-drawn animated movie. And the shots and how they're composed and
Yeah.
Pride Rock, it's the same,
Yeah.
just live action.
And that's my problem. Why remake the whole thing like frame for
exactly
frame?
the same. No,
It
but
doesn't
I
make
think
sense.
it's just the trailer. I don't think it would
I hope
be-
so. But at the moment, I'm not interested because
easier,
that's,
I think.
It's easier?
Do you
Yeah,
think
'cause-
there's gonna be singing?
Damn, I don't know.
I hope so.
No,
Did they have singing in the Jungle Book?
yes. That's
they did.
the one song.
But yeah, just one song. So maybe this one it'll be.
Hakuna Matata.
Can't wait to be
That's
king.
Maybe it's
Hakuna Matata.
No, it's got to be Can't Wait to Be King because that's like the
Yeah.
cornerstone of the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Actually, it's Circle of Life, but
Not Hakuna Matata.
But,
Not a
but
good Matata.
Circle of Life, they weren't singing it.
Yeah,
were
they weren't singing. It's just Elton John singing.
no, it was not Elton John.
Wait.
No,
it was a lady
Yeah, the Circle of Life.
Oh yeah.
in the beginning. Yeah, Elton John wrote the song
Yes.
and released it as a single.
Oh, do you
Right.
think he's gonna sing for this movie
I don't
as well?
know. I don't know. We shall see.
Yeah.
Also, this week on the podcast, we got a first look at Godzilla versus Kong. We got some set photos, and it shows Alexander Skarsgård and Isa Gonzalez, who are playing two characters who we're not really sure who they are, but the picture that we saw is Alexander Skarsgård, which is one of the Skarsgård brothers.
He's it, right?
It.
Yeah,
No, he's
no,
the-
he's not. He's not.
He's the
not.
elder one.
He's the elder one.
He's the old. Ooh.
He's the vampire
Yes.
What vampire?
from True Blood.
And
He's the sexy one.
we got a set photo, and it's just him punching another guy, and they seem to be wearing the same special ops uniform thing. Are you excited for this movie? We talked a little bit about it last week with Kai, who was on the podcast. I'm going to put my hand up once again and say I want to see this movie.
I
Huge
still wanna
monsters.
see
Yep,
it.
I will.
Yeah? Huge
Yeah.
I
Monsters?
don't.
Dell's still not changing his position on this.
I will see it. But I'm just not anticipating it. I'm not excited for it. It'll come when it comes.
When it comes, which
I'm
is
more
the...
excited for Lion King.
All right. Here's something I know we all will be excited about and are anticipatedly awaiting. It's Avengers 4, which is coming out in sometime May of next year, although I do suspect that they might pull another one and release it maybe a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
There is a rumor that Marvel may take a different approach to marketing this movie.
I hope so.
Yeah.
In what way?
How?
We don't know.
As in, don't release anything.
Ah. Yeah, because the trailer was supposed to be out in November 23rd?
No, the
No.
trailer has been indicated by Kevin Feige. Was it Kevin Feige? No, one of the Russo brothers. And he says it's coming end of the year. That's it. No dates, no solid promise that it will come.
I'm guessing it won't come.
Maybe,
So what-
maybe it'll just be like one of those teasers and it's like just the logo
Yeah, just the logo
and
will
the
be
date
enough.
and that's it.
They are releasing a comic
point.
book. They are releasing a comic book this end of this week.
Oh.
And it is supposed to tie into the movie, so they are guessing that the comic book will reveal what the title will be. So people are saying that the trailer will come out right before that comic book is released.
So how about that? I mean, it used to be comic books, they went through this golden age in the 90s. And then it dropped off when people started to get a bit bored of it. And then we got comic book movies. And now it's working in reverse. So Marvel is probably seizing the opportunity and the anticipation for Avengers 4 and using that to move comic books.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is very, very interesting.
Kai is a very happy man.
They usually have like prologue comics.
Yeah, just
now.
like a tie-in,
Yeah.
like in between movie kind of thing,
Yeah.
right?
That explains why they were in that situation in the first scene.
But what happens if you don't read the comics?
I guess
You're
don't
missing
know.
out.
They're missing out.
That is not a good marketing plan, right? there.
Kai is a happy man.
I remember I bought like the prelude comics after I watched the movie, so I'd read it and then I'd watch the movie again.
So then you'd connect the dots.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we excited about Captain Marvel, which is coming out in March of 2019?
yes,
Not so much. I don't know. They haven't shown.
they haven't marketed a
Yeah.
lot.
Not a lot. They released one full trailer.
Yeah, one full trailer.
And I
No,
think
that was the teaser.
that was a teaser.
That was a
Teaser trailer.
That's not even a full trailer because there's no plot in there, right?
Yeah.
Apparently, actors Brie Larson and Clark Gregg, who plays
Agent Coulson.
Agent Coulson, very good. They've gone back for reshoots. Yeah. So I mean, this is normal now. We don't have to freak out anymore. It used to
Yeah.
be a time among us fans of movies when if we hear reshoots, it'd be like, oh no, something's wrong with it. They're reshooting it. No, it's just part of like how Hollywood works. But yeah, we're excited for Captain Marvel, and we hope to see more. Maybe they will drop in the trailer before the end of the year.
Yeah, Captain Marvel. I could believe that.
Yeah.
I have a problem with how cute she sounds.
Cute.
You know Brie Larson from what's she called in Scott Pilgrim? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, she was.
Yeah, that's her voice. Like it's quite high pitched.
But she doesn't sound high pitched in the trailer. In the
She
teaser
just
drop.
sounds cute.
I'm sure she's changed her voice a little bit for this role.
Hopefully.
It'll be weird to see her in that green and blue costume. Oh yeah. You want a piece of me? No, that's not gonna
I'm
work.
sure she did it on set.
I'm sure she didn't.
Now we have to see the gag reel.
Wow.
We spoke a bit about Deadpool 2 and how they have a PG-13 movie coming out at the end of this year. Apparently, Fox is campaigning really, really hard for Deadpool 2 to get a Best Picture nomination at the Oscars.
What?
Yes.
No, it's not gonna happen.
This is serious. Fox apparently is beginning an extensive For Your Consideration ad campaign so that the R-rated superhero film can enter the Academy Awards race. Fox is mainly going after the crown jewel of the Oscars, which is the Best Picture category. But they're not stopping there. Apparently, they're also hoping to land some nominations for Best Actor, Best Visual Effects, and Best Sound Mixing.
Not comedy.
Oh.
I don't know if this is a serious thing. This could be just like a ramp up
Like a troll.
for,
Yeah.
Once Upon a Deadpool.
Ah.
Yeah.
It makes more sense.
There's no chance in this world that Deadpool 2 will be nominated for an best movie.
Best
For
For
Picture.
the best visual effects, best what was
Not
the other one?
even.
Best-
No, not even.
Yeah.
I thought the effects were not great.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
either.
It's not gonna happen. I think
then-
this is just another marketing.
Yeah,
For
they're
the
just
movie.
trolling
Yeah,
us.
because like
PG-13.
Fox and like for the Deadpool movies, Fox has been very, very good with this whole viral marketing thing.
Yeah,
So
they're
this could just
effective.
be it. I mean, it probably costs a little bit less to do like an all-out ad campaign, for like Best Picture,
Yeah.
rather than shoot like a special trailer.
Yeah.
Maybe. Okay. Let's change universes here to the DC Extended Universe. And this movie is coming out in December. That's December 21st. Aquaman. All right. I still have my doubts about this movie. Del, however, is not
I am
on the same.
excited,
He's excited.
to watch this movie.
Okay.
I am.
Oh, you don't look excited.
I am.
You didn't even sound excited.
It's Sunday.
You sounded robotic.
Jason Momoa, Amber Heard, and James Wan, the director, were in China over the weekend to celebrate the premiere. So they've had like an early premiere, but it's still opening only on December 21st. They are really anticipating this Chinese market.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could totally milk it.
I kind of think that Aquaman is maybe one of those characters that is not like really well known in China, maybe.
Ah.
So this could be like an all new thing for the Chinese audience.
Do the Chinese know Venom though?
I don't know. Do they know To? Or whatever it is you said the other week?
What?
Poison or
Yeah, poison.
Do.
Okay.
Sticking with Aquaman, it has broken advance ticket sales in the US for the
Oh.
first 24 hours.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
So like
people
1
are
month.
Really.
Yeah, 1 month before the movie opens on December 21st, they opened up advance bookings on November 21st and it sold a lot of tickets.
But not enough to say they've broken any record.
They did. They said, well, they didn't say
The
any
24 hours?
specific record, but yeah, okay, the 24-hour record. Hang on.
Oh.
24-hour record that it was held by Force Awakens.
According to Deadline, the Jason Momoa headline superhero film is Atom Tickets' biggest advance ticket seller ever within its first 24 hours.
Interesting.
For a Jason Momoa movie. So that's only for Jason Momoa.
What's Atom Tickets?
I don't know.
Is it like
Atom
a
tickets.
like a
Oh, like a
ticket
cinema?
like a ticket pre-booking site,
Oh, I have
kind of
no
like
idea.
Systic in Singapore, maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
So this is not really a record. It's just like one
It's
company's
just for
record.
that.
yeah,
yeah.
it's not even newsworthy.
Well, congratulations.
Yay!
to this
Yeah.
atoms.
clap, clap.
Clap hand, clap hand, clap hand. Okay. I am not as excited as Del for Aquaman, and I know that Kai is being cautious. Tibi, how are
Jason
you feeling?
Momoa told you.
Right, okay, so you're all
You're
in.
excited
For
for
Jason
GOT
Momoa.
guy.
Yes.
Drago.
I'm
Khal
excited
Drogo.
for Khal Drogo and the Conjuring guy,
Patrick
Oh,
Wilson.
Patrick Wilson,
Patrick
who
Wilson.
plays his like half
the
brother.
evil half brother. Yes.
He looks
Okay.
really good.
There is someone who's going to be in this movie, and she'll be providing the voice for a character who apparently is going to be a mythical sea creature known as
Flounder.
Catherine, who is described
Oh my
Disappointment.
lord.
who is described as being a central figure in Aquaman's quest to unite Atlantis and the surface world. And this
Oh my
actress is, check this out, guys,
Oh.
Idina Menzel.
Julie Andrews.
What? Okay. Okay.
What?
Okay. Okay.
She's the original Mary Poppins.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She played the lead in The Sound of
Why?
Music.
And she's from Princess Diaries.
She's the
Why?
queen in Princess
Yeah.
Diaries. I don't
What
know.
is going on?
That's gonna be a pretty epic mythical creature.
Wait, Julie Andrews
Catherine.
is this classical actress,
Yeah,
right?
she'll
So
be singing or something.
Julie Andrews.
Maybe she is Flounder.
just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
Wait,
Wow.
Catherine's a flounder?
No,
No.
Catherine is a mythical sea
Oh, okay.
creature.
Yeah. Maybe a sea
Why?
dragon.
Maybe because she can provide that tone,
Epic
that
voice.
somber tone.
The
Yeah.
Loch Ness
It's like
monster.
it has taken so much
Nessie.
to get me this excited for this movie, and now they release this news. They're really trying to sabotage themselves.
I think what? I don't see that as a Sabo news.
Julie Andrews has always been synonymous to me with Disney.
Yes.
And Disney is Marvel, not DC.
Well, we
Okay.
shall see because we have less than a month to go before the release of Aquaman. Still sticking with DC and Warner Brothers, Shazam has debuted a new movie synopsis and it reads as follows. We all have a superhero inside us. It just takes a bit of magic to bring it out in Billy Batson's case by shouting only one word, Shazam. This streetwise 14-year-old foster kid can turn into an adult superhero, Shazam, played by Zachary Levi, courtesy of an ancient wizard, played by Jimon Honsu. Still a kid at heart, inside a ripped godlike body, Shazam reveals in this adult version of himself by doing what any teen would do with superpowers, have fun with them. Can he fly? Does he have X-ray vision? Can he shoot lightning out of his hands? Can he skip his social studies test? Shazam sets out to test the limits of his abilities with the joyful recklessness of a child, but he'll need to master these powers quickly in order to fight the deadly forces of evil controlled by Dr. Thaddeus Savannah, played by Mark Strong.
This is why I don't read synopsis. It doesn't tell you anything. It's like you.
I like that ripped godlike body. It's like, hey. Right, godlike body, okay.
This synopsis, essentially what it says is, hey, there's this kid, like how you used to be. So what if you had powers and you were a kid? Maybe you could fly, yada, yada, yada. And
Pass your test.
and there's a bad guy.
Or just watch the trailer.
Wow.
They need to print something for the DVD or Blu-ray.
The cover, right? The sleeve.
Yeah, true.
Jeez.
This is like the kind of thing you put on like a card
Yeah.
to pass to like an old person.
Yeah.
The back of the card is the poster, and then you turn it around. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, this is what this is about.
Yeah.
For the seniors who don't really understand comic book movies.
Exactly. It sounds like this is written for
You know, people who don't know what Shazam is about.
at all.
Yeah, so I guess that's good.
Apparently, we have a reason why Shazam has not gotten a second trailer yet.
Bwah.
Right? The director has come out when he was asked. He said, never! And then he sort of doubled back and said, or when it's ready, one of the two. Visual effects takes time, and while trailers never have finished, visual effects, the internet has a tendency to not be forgiving. So he's sort of like saving himself and the movie from the scrutiny of the internet.
Yeah,
With potentially unfinished visual effects.
Good for him,
That's
I
good,
say.
that's good.
Just drop it. I mean, the fans are...
No, there has been two already, right? One teaser and one full trailer. So I've seen enough. The synopsis doesn't help with promoting the movie, but the trailers themselves have already done enough. I can wait.
You can wait?
Yeah.
Okay. Still sticking with DC. Now, we talked about the Birds of Prey movie, which is all the female
Yeah.
characters in the DCEU
I
coming together
saw.
for a villain and hero kind of standoff. They've confirmed like a couple of characters in there, like Harley Quinn and Batgirl.
Yeah.
They have announced like the full title of this movie, and it was Margot Robbie who released it on her Instagram. And it was sort of like really out there that no one took it seriously. People thought it was a joke. The picture is a copy of her script for Birds of Prey and written in what seems to be pen. It says Birds of Birds of Prey,
Pink pen.
Birds of Prey, bracket, and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Now people are like, all right, that's cute. And then like the next day, Warner Brothers came out and said, oh, that's actually the real title.
Yeah. Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that is the title.
Yes,
That's
that is the
funny.
title. So we suspected this. This is going to be a Harley Quinn centric movie. And I think this could work because she was one of the standout characters
Yes,
in Suicide
that's
Squad.
true.
Will it
The
still be her?
best character.
Sorry?
Will it still be her?
Her and some other chicks.
No, it's in like the actress.
Yeah.
Of course.
I mean,
Of course.
Well, if not, it'd be really weird if she sent out
She
that
just-
picture.
Yeah, it's in her IG.
From her
She
Instagram
produces the movie then.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that's coming out, well, probably in 2020. Henry Cavill and his super mustache gate of 2017,
my goodness.
which kind of brought down the whole Justice League movie.
My goodness.
It really did.
So we have sort of said on this podcast that Paramount sort of won that battle. They were not going to yield. Like, we don't care about DC and Warner Bros. You're not shaving off his mustache for the reshoots. Paramount has now used this as a symbol of their success and support for men's health. So for Movember,
Nice.
Paramount has donated like $1 million to the cause to support men's issues. The poster child is a photo of Henry Cavill on the set of MI6 with his mustache.
Oh man.
I thought you were going to say is Henry Cavill with his mustache on the set of Justice League.
No. Paramount's giving the money, man. Oh my god. I hope we don't get another like mustache gate equivalent anytime soon, because that was ridiculous.
Wow, I gotta watch the movie again to see how bad
Oh,
it
there was
is.
another thing that popped up this week because some fans have took like a really close look, and apparently the excuse was that Henry Cavill had some scheduling issues and he couldn't make it to the reshoot locations. He had to shoot remotely, and a lot of it was done in post. So there was some scenes where like eagle-eyed fans have sort of theorized that his head was sort of just
Glued on it?
photoshopped
Yeah.
onto like a body, even the hands.
Oh.
And there were like a few stills that were floating around the internet.
Kai sent the photo of the
And it
hand,
looked
right?
really bad because one comment even said that his hands look like the hands on your emoji.
Yeah.
Like rubber.
Yeah, like
hands.
very rubbery kind of hands. Well, so that's that, I think.
Well done.
Yeah, the photo. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean his head doesn't look right.
Wow.
Who's the fan who
This
I
one,
have-
right?
Yes.
who scours the whole internet looking
Wow,
for these
that
pictures?
guy must not have a
Life. All right, last bit of news on this week of the podcast. Toy Story 4 is coming out next year, 2019. Some of the cast, they are involved with other projects, and Tim Allen, who appeared on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, let slip and reveal like a little, I guess, secret about the movie. He says that Keanu Reeves is going to be voicing a mysterious character for Toy Story 4.
Whoa. The dog?
Oh, that'd be so funny.
Maybe it's like a little John Wick action figure.
Oh.
I don't know.
Oh,
Or like-
but it's John Wick is a R-rated character.
Neo? No.
Oh, Neo would be
Oh,
good.
that'd be
also.
interesting if it was Neo.
Bill and Ted? I don't know.
Any kind of Reeves character, to be honest, is interesting.
Has he ever voiced an animated character, or has he ever lent his voice to a cartoon?
Not that
I'm
I
just
think
thinking
of.
back to see if there's any cartoon character that went, whoa.
Dude. So that's the news this week on the Wayang Crew podcast. If you want to get in touch with us here on the show, you can do so via our contact links down below, which leads us to our next bit of the show, which is our review of Raplh Breaks the Internet, Wreck-It Ralph 2. Take it away, guys. Del, what did you think of this movie?
Wreck-It Ralph 2. Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Yeah.
I liked it. I really liked it. It's a very good follow-up to the first movie because I thought the first movie did so well that it should have won Best Animation for that year, but it went to stupid Brave.
What's wrong with Brave? I liked Brave.
Really?
Yeah.
It was not as good as Wreck-It
Well,
Ralph.
maybe because I lived in Scotland, so I like.
So biased. Never mind.
So you had an attachment to
Yeah,
it.
I even understood what she said on during the movie last night.
Really?
What did she say?
Never mind. We'll get to that later on. TB, what did you think? Very quickly.
I liked it, but there are some parts where I was a bit disappointed. Like some characters could have had more screen time, but apart from that, it was a good movie.
Okay. Naz.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I liked how the internet like had a physical
Yeah,
like,
representation of the
representation
internet,
of
yeah.
what the internet was like.
I think they did really well.
the speed of Wi-Fi. That was cool.
Okay.
The cameos from Disney characters. That was really
The
cool.
princesses.
The princesses.
More specifically.
Yeah.
All right. I thought this was a very good movie, and I'm going to give a very, very brief overview of Wreck-It Ralph 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet. We pick up the story, I think it's like 6 years after the events of the first movie. Ralph and Vanellope hang out every night after their jobs, which is, the arcade that we saw in the first movie. And through some circumstance, Vanellope's game, her arcade game,
In the real life.
in the real world, the steering breaks because of, something that was happening. And there is a threat that the owner of the arcade might sell off the machine for parts and scraps. So before that happens, Ralph and Vanellope decide to go on the internet to look for a replacement part, which is where this movie really picks off, really. All right, so we see eBay, we see Amazon, we see, what we saw in the trailer, which is like, oh my Disney, which is where everything Disney is. I was very afraid that this movie might have stepped onto the line of like the Emoji Movie or be overly too saturated with...
Hang on.
Sorry?
You watched the Emoji Movie?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I will never get that time back, and I think it serves as a good reminder of what not to watch.
To reference the Emoji Movie, that took me by surprise.
Because there were certain things that were done in the Emoji Movie, which you also see in Raplh Breaks the Internet, but they did it slightly differently, and they didn't linger on it for too long, like the whole Twitter thing. Scene for scene, I think the Twitter representation in the Emoji Movie and in Wreck-It Ralph 2 are exactly the same. Like, it's represented by birds, and then one bird tweets, and then it spreads, like retweets.
Right.
They did it the same, but only...
So you're saying...
like shorter, like much shorter, just to sort of, this is what Twitter is. Like, Disney knows, like, the audience is not stupid. Like, this is how Twitter works. Like, the Emoji Movie, they spent like a good 3 minutes on that, which was ridiculous. Anyway.
But you have confirmed that Wreck-It Ralph 2 copied the Emoji Movie.
I won't say copied, no.
They learned their lesson.
That's too strong a word. Copying is... I don't know what else to say about this movie, except that it's a very good follow-up to Wreck-It Ralph. This is Raplh Breaks the Internet. And you see why once we get into spoilers. Shall we get into spoilers now, very quickly? All right, so Del, spoilers.
Spoilers! Disney princesses scenes were the best parts.
Yes.
There were 2. And both also, like, the dialogue between the princesses, they are so in reference to their own particular universe. So it's so relatable. And you have this sense of nostalgia when they were talking, and especially when Ariel started singing. That really,
T-shirt. Like, oh, what do you call it? Shirt. Okay.
No, she said that. She didn't sing that one.
Yeah. No, but it's like from the
song. Yeah, from the song.
She
And
didn't
then
sing,
like the whole internet space, the representation of what the internet looks like inside the like these cables. It's as well as you have the user's representation of themselves in the internet world. I thought that was a really smart way of creating that world, and it's very original. And the whole story is like, it's really touching because it's about the friendship between Ralph and Vanellope. The only thing about it is that after watching it, I just don't feel like I want to watch it again immediately.
Yeah.
There's really isn't a rewatchable value to it.
You are right, actually.
It's a very good movie. It's just that there is no rewatchable value, I guess.
I kind of like, this is something I noticed. In the first Wreck-It Ralph movie, there was a lot of, it was kind of like an Avengers Infinity War thing. They gave like a few characters some screen time, and they followed the story arcs of a couple of characters. In this sequel, Raplh Breaks the Internet, it's really only about Ralph and Vanellope. Like there was like a hint of Fix-It Felix and his wife. But they don't really explore that. We just saw like small scenes, bits and pieces in there. I mean, they adopted 15 kids from the Sugar Rush game.
And disciplined them.
And they actually show a scene of Felix like being beat, and he goes to like the bar where they hang out and drink root beer, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna drink because I can't deal with it."
Yeah.
Okay. TV,
One day after being a dad.
Not even a day.
Like less than a day.
TV.
For me, I don't know. The scenes I like most was the car chase scenes.
Oh yeah.
And
in Slaughter Race.
In Slaughter Race.
Okay.
And I feel like a lot of the storyline could have just stayed in Slaughter Race. Like, they could just get the money from Slaughter Race, find out a way to get money from Slaughter Race. All the BuzzTube video was not necessary for me, but they went through that way. I didn't find that interesting about the making videos. comics. Because, I don't know, they could focus on Shank, the character, having friends, and then Ralph could get jealous because of Shank and then did something.
Oh,
Yeah,
look at Tippy writing a script.
Yeah,
right.
that's what I
wouldn't
enjoyed.
want them to focus on Shank because voiced by Gal Gadot.
Oh,
it's
was it?
so.
I did not know
I thought-
that.
you know,
she
I did-
took me
I-
out of the movie
I
so
did-
many times.
I didn't know it was Gal Gadot. I thought it was a random Spanish lady.
It sounds like Wonder Woman talking.
It was Gal Gadot, and there were certain things that she was saying which didn't really like
Yeah.
like not
have
ngamba, like
Yeah, her voice acting is not good. Not on point at all.
this
But
this
when they-
proves that when she's on the movie screen, you're looking at her and not hearing
Yeah.
her, right? now.
So when they jumped to those BuzzFeed things,
yeah.
and we had Taraji P. Henson voicing that.
Yes.
Yes. Oh, she's good.
Yeah.
Her voice acting skills is good.
It's like her, but
Yeah.
she's like
But it's like a different version of her.
you're right.
But in at the slaughter what?
Slaughter race.
Race.
Slaughter race. Somebody threw out the word family. Somebody said this is like a family.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Because
It was them. It was the
One of the other
their
crew.
group, yeah. Because it's like Fast and Furious. It's all cars and there's a crew and
and death.
Naz, what did you think? I mean, spoilers.
Spoilers. I think a lot of millennials contributed to the making of this movie because they've got viral videos, which is a thing now, like on Instagram.
Yeah.
It used to be a thing on Vine. It's on YouTube as well. I thought that was cute because they had a lot of cat videos as well. I think it's great. Like they tap into what this
Like,
generation's
what is the now?
into.
Yeah.
That was really great. I thought that slaughter race thing was funny as well because of there's that random shark that popped up from the sewers.
For no reason.
Why? Like, because usually it's alligators in the sewers. Like, who made that idea?
Jurassic World.
Because this is a game, that's why. And that's the game shark.
Yeah. Oh! It's a game shark.
I see what you did there.
That's what you did there. I liked how it kind of talked about mental health. Not really mental health.
I guess
but
it's more like emotional, your
Emotional,
emotions and how you deal with
Yeah.
them and how,
Like
not
how-
everything's about you.
Yeah, like how Ralph is being like a toxic friend, which is a thing nowadays, like on Twitter, if you're active on Twitter.
Yeah.
But he learns his lesson.
Yeah.
And then he becomes a big giant thing like in Batman Ninja.
Wait, I haven't watched
I
it.
have not
Oh,
seen
I'm
that.
so sorry. Spoilers for Batman Ninja, by the way.
Oh.
One of my favorite bits about this movie is when all the princesses are talking and they go like, "Do you have a song?" And she was like, "What's the song?
song?
Like,
Yeah.
what was that? Like, you started singing and then there was lights and music, and it's
Yeah.
like that's never happened to you." And then in this movie, it happens to Vanellope,
I didn't like it.
and it's like the most ghetto thing ever. I
like the first half, and then when she goes into Up in the Cloud, well, that's
Yeah.
okay.
It
I'm
was
lost.
over.
No,
I liked it
done.
when it was silly.
Yes.
Yeah.
The song does not fit.
Yeah.
The lyrics are sound like they were being
It was about
forced.
slaughter race.
Yeah.
It was about
Slaughter race.
which is why it had to be like that.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I enjoyed it, especially when that game shark popped back up, and then
And then the
she
dogs were
sang.
singing.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there was like a plate license. What?
because sharks eat license plates.
Dogs eat license
They
plate.
found license plate in sharks.
Sharks. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Now, the more you know.
The more you know.
And then there was like a random clown singing as well.
The clown on the
Yeah.
tricycle.
I'm not a scary clown, and he cycles off.
Yeah.
Okay, going back to what you said, Naz, about the viral videos and you know
Yeah.
how it's very contemporary now.
Yeah.
They hijacked a lot of the trending things that happened in like the last year. Because there was like one bit where Ralph plays like a Bob Ross
Oh yeah.
and he's painting. And,
Yeah.
No way you could video all of that in 24 hours.
well, this is like the game world, and they're in the
it's-
internet,
There's
so
no like time is relevant.
we don't know how
there.
time works in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Did you
then-
guys see before the movie came out, like a couple of days before, there was this another promotional clip on Instagram where Ralph did the Rick Astley music video. Never gonna give you up.
Really?
Yeah. And they got the real Rick Astley to cameo as well.
Nice.
Yeah.
I will check that out later.
I'm disappointed it wasn't in the movie.
They should have.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, there is a post-credit scene in this movie. Although Tibi and I, we didn't stay back for that, but Del told us what it was, and it was essentially what we saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
With the cat and
And
the
bunny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we see that at the end of the movie, right?
Yes.
We've already seen it. Why does Hollywood keep doing this? Why do they keep putting things that we've already seen in the trailer at
Into
the
the
end of the
movie.
movie?
Because
Do they?
people were actually like asking. Someone next to me was like, "Where's that bunny scene? Like, we want that." And then
Because
we
we
waited.
because we saw it in Venom.
Oh, right. The spider.
The last bit of Venom was in the trailer where he eats the guy. You remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, right. I see what you
There
mean.
you go. There you
But
go.
this one is different because they actually reference like the mother, I think voiced by Nicole Scherzinger, asked the daughter who was in the back seat, like, did you like the movie? And she said it was okay because there was this one scene in the trailer it wasn't in the movie. And then the bunny said, okay, just play the game. And then she went into the game, and that's where the bunny and the
bunny popped.
Yeah.
I like this
Okay.
game.
So let's do ratings, guys, for Raplh Breaks the Internet. Del, what did you give this movie?
I would give it 8.5 hair M&Ms.
Oh,
Is
okay.
that hair
Oh.
M&Ms? I don't know. It looks like M&Ms on her hair.
sprinkles on her hair,
Yeah,
right?
but it's like a really big round M&Ms.
Okay.
Wow.
Tibi?
7.5 Disney princess.
Oh, I was gonna use that.
7.5. Naz?
8.5 plate licenses out of 10.
8.5 play licenses. Nice. I'm also going to give this movie an 8.5 Froggers. Because he said Frogger when the
Frog.
toad
Frog
woke
Prince.
him up. Yeah, this is a great movie. It's an all-out fun fest
Yeah.
where
Family movie.
you can sit down there. It's a little bit long. It's coming in at almost 2 hours.
Yeah.
But you don't feel it, which I think is great.
I think there were parts that were draggy, right?
Some parts were a little bit
I
draggy.
found
Yeah.
Ralph's scenes quite draggy, but I found like when there's Disney princesses and all the other Disney cameos, those were the funnest parts. Yeah.
Because, they hint to like a large universe.
Yeah.
There is also like a little
Stormtroopers.
tiny scene, not even a scene, like a couple of frames where before Vanellope goes into the holding room for the princesses,
Yeah.
she's in that hallway and the stormtroopers are coming to
looking
chase
for
her.
her.
And then there's a shot that pans over and right next to the Disney princesses is
Was
the Avengers room.
Yeah, Avengers room. I was
I'm
like,
like,
oh my
can we go in there?
God, why did she go in the princess room?
All right, so that's what we think of Wreck-It Ralph 2, Raplh Breaks the Internet. It's a great movie. Go and see it with the family. It's now showing in local cinemas, which leads us to our next bit of the show, which is...
Oi, apa liat-liat? Apa liat-liat? Hoi, 看什么看？ apa liat-liat?
那看什么看？
apa liat-liat? See what see? 笑了。
Yep, that is right. It's Apa Liat Liat, and it's what else we've been watching this week besides Raplh Breaks the Internet. Del, Apa Liat Liat.
I was on the plane and I watched Grave for the Fireflies.
Oh my God.
So sad.
Oh
Oh,
my
my god.
God.
It's so sad. From the first scene, this it's an animation. So this boy, he was narrating, and the subtitle said, "I died on the night of 1945 something."
Oh
The
my.
date. And like, you start the movie like this?
Is it a horror? Or
It's
No,
drama?
Studio
it's,
Ghibli. It's-
Oh, okay.
Okay. So it's like an anime.
yeah, but it's like a slice of life kind of.
Ugh, it's so sad.
It'll pluck your
It's like the
heartstrings.
sadness didn't even hit me after watching it, but when I gone to sleep and I suddenly wake up in the middle of the night and suddenly it hit me how sad that movie was.
Are you serious?
I couldn't sleep.
It does affect you. It
Okay.
affected me.
But do you recommend it?
Yeah, okay, sure.
Okay, sure. If you don't want to sleep.
No, I don't know why. I don't know why it happened to me. But I also watched at Manila. I watched Bad Times at the El Royale, which is quite a good movie.
Yeah, how was that? Because we didn't get it here.
No.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie. Good performances. Little draggy in the
Chris
beginning.
Hemsworth is in it.
Yeah,
okay.
very little bit.
All right. Tibi, Apa Liat Liat?
I haven't been watching, but I have been, because I've been playing my Nintendo Switch.
Oh, ooh.
I've been playing Octopath Traveler. It's a JRPG.
Alright.
I'm not sure if you guys are interested.
So that's
all I've been doing.
That's all you've been liating.
Yes.
Just the Nintendo Switch screen.
Yes, Nintendo
Nice.
Switch.
All right. I guess that works.
Oh.
Naz, Apa Liat Liat?
I watched Robin Hood.
Oh, how was that?
Oh, I give it a 6.5
Oh wow,
out of 10.
really? Jamie Foxx and
Jamie Foxx was good.
Was good? Okay.
But the ending was that plot twist at the ending. Wow.
Okay.
That's weird. So it's basically like Robin Hood meets Little John while it's a different kind of story, origin story of Robin Hood. It's basically him he becomes a crusader, then comes back, learns from his experience, becomes Robin Hood because Lil Jon wants him to, avenge, like whatever happened in the Arabian countries.
Okay.
Yeah. It's pretty different.
I don't know why, but when you said Lil Jon, like,
like some rapper.
I snapped back to the rapper Lil
Yeah.
Jon.
No.
Like, yeah! Like, okay.
But Jimmy Fox is Lil Jon.
Okay.
But here he's Muslim, so his name is Yahya ibn.
Oh, okay. So they
Yeah.
there's like, okay, because like the, so-called characters that we know from like
Yeah.
biblical characters,
Yeah.
like John and
Yeah.
Adam, they all have like an Arabic name, right?
Oh, just John.
Oh, only John. Okay.
Because he followed Robin back to Nottingham.
Mm.
Yeah.
But wait, I saw in the trailer that he had like an American accent.
Yeah. He
What is going on
I think
here?
initially he sounded Arabian, but then like
Oh,
throughout the
really?
movie, kind of transitioned a bit.
No.
Transitioned a bit.
I'm gonna watch this.
Because I was like listening to it, he did sound Arabian at first.
I will check
then-
this out.
He got tired.
Not really Arabian, but he sounded
like
ghetto. He
Okay.
sounded
Yeah,
ghetto.
like a little bit ghetto.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but Robin Hood is one of those properties that is in the public domain, right? Like Sherlock
Yeah.
Holmes.
Free.
Yeah.
So like anyone can make a
Yes.
movie of it.
Yeah.
Like no one owns the character. Okay.
Why are you asking? Are you making?
No, because I just want to know because if I watch this movie
It's-
and they do something like what they did with
Yeah.
Jamie Foxx's character, I can go, yeah, this is why it's in the
Yeah.
public domain.
The fighting scenes were really good. Like he did a lot of archery,
Like action scenes.
action scenes. But
I'm sure.
Robin
I
Hood,
hope. Yeah,
I
so.
hope.
yeah,
I hope he
No,
didn't pull out like a gun or something.
but Robin is known to also use like swords and
okay.
stuff. But there weren't a lot of swords. There weren't any swords actually in the movie, so that was weird.
Because it's in the public domain, so you can
Yeah.
have any representation.
Yeah,
that
it's
you
like
want.
it's like there's no swords at all.
I think-
They didn't even have a lot of daggers.
Sticks.
Like so like short range combat. They were still using arrows. Like why? Yeah,
Because in this world,
Because
that's all you need.
yeah,
to carry a sword is quite heavy.
yeah.
True, that
They
is
didn't
true.
really focus on the merry men as well. So it was just John, Will,
Just a couple of them?
Marion.
Okay. All right. That's also showing in
Fire.
local cinemas now, right?
Yeah.
So maybe I'll check it out. I only this week watched one other movie, and that movie was The Happy Time Murders.
Ooh.
It's out on digital, and I caught it, and I loved it. It is really an R-rated movie, and there are some seriously adult themes in this movie. So I suggest you do not watch this with your parents or any young kids around. But it is a good time, and you will have a lot of laughs, I guess. So that's it. That's another episode this week of the Wayang Crew podcast. Do join us next week when we will be talking about what's coming up next week, guys. We're coming up to the end of the year, so I'm not so sure what is showing. Except, wait a minute,
Aquaman's next month.
Aquaman is like
December
mid
12th
to 12.
yeah.
Okay, anyway, we'll be back next week. We're not sure what we're doing next week. We'll see. For Kevin, this is the Wayang Crew. Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.